Welcome to the UDP broadcast, a podcast where a group of friends get together and offer both informed and uninformed opinions about gaming related topics. I'm your host, Luminari, and I'm accompanied today by my co hosts, the Nordic Cajun,
There's gold in them there hills.
the Eternal Barcode, Imee.
Hello. Apparently, Nordic Cajun is also trying to be Jesse Cox? Question mark.
No, it was
Gord. Ow, that hurts.
Yeah.
I can't do that. Oh.
And
Anyways, hi.
and from the Emerald Dream, Reyna the Crit Chicken.
There's butchers in my dungeon.
Oh no! Run away, little girl, run away.
I can't run away fast enough.
Uh-oh.
Well,
That's not going to be fun.
Well, while she saves her buns, this is episode
Away, little girl. Run away.
episode 35.
35,
And,
boys and girls.
Yep, been skipping a week here and there, random things happening. But you know, it's the way it goes.
We had
It does,
Akon last
and-
week.
For
But
those of you watching the ads, donating bits, or subscribing and all that, 10% of all the profits are going to the Trevor Project. And if you don't know what the Trevor Project is, the Trevor Project is it's a charity whose mission is to end suicide among gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and questioning young people. So it's really, really good. Stick around for all the ads at the pre-game show, at the end of the show. It's super appreciated. It's really, really awesome of you. And also, just a quick reminder, this is an opinion show. Our opinions don't reflect company views or anything like that. So please don't sue us. We have no money.
Literally.
please don't fire us. Anyway.
The only thing you'd win is my tears. I don't think
Mhm.
that's actually very enticing.
No.
So where to start? Let me pull up my list here. We got a lot of stuff.
We're getting horny on Maine tonight, if I remember correctly.
That's one of them, but I think
Default, baby, default.
the one I'm interested in right now is the one going on in Louisiana right now, since we have our
Oh,
very own
fuck.
Cajun here.
Yeah, back in my own territory. Let's dig into this bitch. Hang on a second.
Oh
right.
my Christ.
All right, so I do my best as a certified Cajun to give my state as much benefit of the doubt as I can. Because with everything going down, we have done our best to stay out of the news as much as possible when it comes to anything with the red flags with the red states right now. We've done a decent job keeping our heads down. To the point where I was so proud of them a couple of weeks ago, we actually voted against a bill that would deny gender affirming care here in the state. I gave kudos to the senator who was the last one that shot it down, because his exact words were, "I am not a medical professional, so I don't think I have the right to make a decision on this subject, so I'm going to leave it to the professionals." I was like, hell,
That's pretty
yes.
slick.
I like that
I
guy.
I was shocked. I've met that guy. I really have, and I was like, he's him. Oh my God, we've done it. We've come around, folks, and I'm proud of my state for once. And then this comes up. Louisiana decides they want to they're passing a bill to ban kids from internet access without parental supervision. Which to a lot of people on paper makes a little bit of sense, but at the same time, let the parents be in charge of what the kids do. If that's what you're really pushing for, because before the whole situation with the trans bill we had a couple of months ago, that they did the whole porn ban thing that we talked about here on the channel, and they're so like circle jerking around trying to protect the kids, as all the red states hot topic is about the kids, that they're doing it in a more around the fence method, as it were, instead of going straight down the dirt road. They want to do it to where, like, to the point where kids can't even get online and even get to Roblox or Fortnite, like sign up for it on their own without.
Heck, even Pokemon Go at that point. Like, oh, you
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
But Amy made a good point in the in chat earlier. I think I would like you to put it the way you said it earlier about the real reason why they're trying to do this.
My big fear is this is just an excuse to block kids from learning about gender identity, because a lot of people realize pretty young that they're gay or lesbian or trans. And, you know, back 20 years ago, it was a lot harder to access that information. 30 years ago, back in the 90s, it was really difficult. And 40 years ago, 50 years ago, it was almost impossible to find information about gender identity and knowing who you are. And like I said, my big fear is this whole, oh, we have to block kids from accessing the internet without parental supervision. Well, one of the big things that Republicans in the US have been running around claiming is that, you know, we have to ban books that talk about gender affirmation. We have to ban, you know, internet access because they might find gender identity information. Like, to me, it feels like it's a false flag in that they just want to ban kids from finding out who they truly are in the hopes of quote unquote preventing them from going gay, or, you know, preventing them from being trans. Like, it's a bullshit excuse, and that's my big worry, is that they're doing this just to harm children. And there are tons of studies and lots of statistics that prove allowing kids and adults gender affirming care saves lives. And one thing I've been hearing a lot about is, I'll just go on a little bit of a tangent, is, oh, kids are getting surgeries and blah blah blah. No, that's bullshit. That's not
I,
right at all.
They need
I,
parental
I,
consent for that too. So
I
Well,
got,
it's not
I
even that
got
they're
it.
doing that. They doctors tend not to do gender affirming care on kids because their bodies are still growing. They
Well,
tend to do gender affirming care after a child has stopped growing, which is fine. But these Republicans are running around saying, "Oh, they're gonna, you know, use all kinds of stuff on small children." It's like, no, like, do read the paperwork,
Uh,
read the studies. Yes, they use big words. Yes, you're gonna have to actually haul out a dictionary to understand what these big words mean. Biology is pretty difficult to understand.
I mean,
You
can I get a parent perspective and also someone that actually grew up with
absolutely.
thank you. Because I grew up in the internet when it was taking place. So I kind of, at the very beginning, we go from freaking drawing penises in the dictionary to using Ask Jeeves. It's like, okay, so you have to have parental consent. So when schools are actually allowing students on the computer to use not Ask Jeeves anymore, obviously that's not a thing, but when they're doing, instead of hauling out the giant ass books of encyclopedias and just using like Wikipedia and stuff like that, how are you going to have each individual parent in the classroom unless you're going based on just adult supervision? Whereas, like, let's say if, what would you constitute as parental supervision if, let's say, a service member is across the globe and they want to play with their child in Minecraft or something? Would it still be parental supervision with their child if they're playing in game with them?
it's
in theory, that could be an argument that can be made, since it is their parental, as Ami would put it, parental unit that is in charge of them. Um, but the way it's worded, and the way they have it, it's so broad. It's really
Yeah.
hard for it to really hold up, as it were. I think the bill itself only passed. Let me see. I think it only passed the House. I don't think we have big hopes that Edwards will just veto the bill, because Edwards is is big blue. He's not going to be allowing this past his desk. It's not going to happen. But the
Yeah.
fact that these guys are trying to sneak it in is just showing not only their true colors, but it also shows a lot of hypocrisy. Because here's a question, and I please take this the right way.
Hmm.
Um, what about teenage girls who are getting boob jobs?
Hmm.
There's plenty of them with parental permission who are getting breast implants before they graduate high school. And you don't hear about it, you don't read about it, you don't hear these red Republicans coming up and going hoo ha about that. But Oh, actually, things that actually help kids that are going through a whole bunch of mental shit because they don't know what's going on with their own bodies. No, we can't allow that. We have to ban that. But it's okay for the girls to get their big tatas. I need something to look at while I'm sitting on my toilet
Here,
later
Oh,
this evening.
let me spend some context on what it is. This is House Bill 61 in Louisiana, which would ban interactive computers from allowing people under 18 to sign up for their own accounts without parental consent.
Mhm.
It's the bill by itself is overly broad as far as what it covers, but it's also the reason why they're hopeful that Governor Edwards will veto the bill is because it actually impedes on your First Amendment rights, and that's
Yes.
very important. Aside from all of the
Yeah, we chased a lot of rabbits on that one. That's my bad.
yeah, well, I mean, it is a good point, which needs to be talked about. Like this is a thing that will happen. What's interesting about this as well is that if this goes into effect, which if it is signed, would be August 1st of next year. Anything that your child has signed up for, the parent can veto or terminate the terms of service if it was done without their consent.
oh, so kind of like me. Like, I wonder if my mom can go back and like veto me playing Neopets back in the day. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, little Jub Jub, you need to go to the graveyard now.
And that's really the problem with the whole thing anyway. I mean, whether it's porn sites or social media or whatnot, how do you prove age? And some folks solve it by getting your credit card information and charging you $1 because obviously you have to be over 18 to have a credit card. But that also is another interesting aspect as far as like kids getting their hold of their parents' credit card and whatnot and just opening up account. There is also the idea of click the box. Are you over 18? Check here for yes, check here for no. And if you're
Yes,
not, it
because
sends you to
that's
like
worked over the
Neopets.
years.
Or when I was in school, I actually went to a website because I thought, you know how back in the day they had like something called the Cheetah Girls or whatever, and they were supposed to be some kind of like kid pop band or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Oh,
literally
I
went.
remember that.
So I
Mm-hmm.
went to a website called the Cheetah Girls because I couldn't spell. So
Oh
the
no.
Uh-huh.
the website
Go on.
prompted.
Go
How
on.
do you
So
spell
yeah,
that?
so in
Something.
the middle of a classroom, it
Control
popped up
Shift
with,
N.
"Are you 18 or older?" And I said, yes. And
Sure.
all I saw, like literally dead smack in the middle of the
Oh.
class, were like girls with like little stars photoshopped over their nip nops. I was
Nip
like,
Oh,
nip
oh,
that
nops.
website, that domain isn't even active anymore.
yeah.
Sad face.
We can trust Amy to do the
You know,
testing.
he's always
Jeez.
in the background.
Who
Let me
is?
check this.
This is just like
Who is? It's amazing. It's a great tool.
the Donkey Kong porn or whatever from episode 34, 33. I can't remember. But yeah, no, so it's absolutely important. The conversation needs to be had, and it's always been a problem. How do you even enforce this? And at
Yeah.
this point,
especially in Louisiana, we are the 50th in education and dead last in many other things. First in incarcerations, and our issue is trying to figure out how we're going to stop kids from playing fucking Roblox.
and
So
and
Roblox
like I
has its
said,
own problems. I've got my own
yeah,
stand up on that. You've heard it.
like I said, my big worry is it feels like an excuse
hmm
because if you remember lately, all these anti-trans bills that have been passed have all been under the auspice and the hidden agenda, quote unquote, of we must protect the children. But really, who are they hurting? Trans youth. And that really worries me is that this whole thing is just for show and it's really meant to hurt children, trans children, but under the auspice of, oh, we're protecting them. Because one of the big things you'll see these days is hardcore Republican sympathizers saying, "Oh, we have to protect the kids from groomers," and they equate
oh,
groomers with
oh.
trans people. However, if you go to twitter.com/IME21,
Oh, this if you really want a laundry list, this man's right here.
Yeah, you
I
want a long list of
retweet,
call outs? I'm use your
I
I'm use your
retweet,
barcode.
I
hmm
retweet every fucking person who's charged with child pornography, child luring, child sexual assault,
Grooming
uh,
and any of
and
that.
everything. And you know the common thread between all of them?
They are all backing
Straight
legislation for not doing
males.
it. Yeah.
Straight males, typically from conservative backgrounds.
And 9 times out of 10 from religious leadership.
Catholicism.
Mhm.
Goddamn
Here is
Catholic
the
Church.
church, and here is the steeple. Lightning comes down and blows up all the people. Well,
I
No.
would. That's amazing. I love that.
Well,
that happened.
It,
That
it
happened
goes
in New
well with my.
Hampshire.
let's go ahead.
Lightning struck the church and it blew up.
No.
I mean, Rapture. Oh, sorry, I just burped while I'm talking
Which
because
We're
booze.
doing good for you, Dark.
side note to the sidebar to the tangent. The Leftovers on HBO Max or now Max is actually really good. If you ever want to see a good like what the fuck happened, was it the Rapture type thing where like a third of the population just like poof gone.
Just went blip.
Cool.
They got snapped.
Oh, like
So 1/3 out of 8 billion. That would actually alleviate a lot of pressure.
Now you see
On this
Ivy,
planet.
Ivy. That's how we get a Thanos. That-
At this point,
But look. Being
what
a
is it,
kid,
times
being a
0.66?
kid, you are a fan of the Avengers. Growing up as an adult, you start to realize Thanos might not be that wrong. Anyway,
Times
we're
0.66.
doing
So we'd
okay with the
lose
wildfire.
5 billion or we would have 5 billion people remaining if we lost a third of the population of this planet.
mm,
I mean, it would suck, but at the same time, it'd
Thanos
be
light.
really good for the environment.
Thanos light, right?
Not that I'm advocating for genocide. I only advocate for genocide in video games. Let's
This
make
is
that very
all
clear.
hypothetical and jokes only, folks.
Yeah, watch
And we're
our
not going to use the Minecraft meme because somebody actually we talked about this already, but we went to jail for that. Holy shit.
Yep.
Yup.
Well, on the same vein of all of the trans stuff, let's talk about the Call of Duty removes streamer's skin.
Oh, that fucking moron.
Oh, it gets even better if you want to lead on that one to kind of like give the TLDR.
So this fuckhead, I mean, person,
This lovely
uh,
individual.
this person named Nick Merckx. Hi, Nick Merckx. You're a fucking moron. Just gonna throw that out there. Decided he was going to say some really stupid shit. He decided he was going to play the game of fuck around and find out. He went full bore all the way to 10 on, or all the way to 11 on everything, and got his skins that had been made up for him on the Call of Duty Warzone shop removed. Activision Blizzard tweeted out saying, essentially, you're an idiot, and that's stupid to say that, and we're going to kick you out. Basically, if I can find the wording, actually the wording doesn't matter. Basically, he was saying, transphobic shit, and really that's the issue. It's Pride Month, the one month where you really shouldn't say stupid shit. You shouldn't say it any time of the year for that matter. But there's a lot more people staring at you during Pride Month. That's when you really, 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 really shouldn't be saying stupid shit. But he actually, it wasn't transphobic; it was homophobic stuff, is what he was parroting.
It was
It was
a little bit
right-wing
of-
rhetoric. What happened
Yeah.
is that Puckett said, "Let people who love who they love and live their own life." And he responded with a tweet that says, "They should leave the little children alone. That's the real issue." And that's the rhetoric we hear from the right all the time.
That's the
Yeah.
that's the
I was
new,
trying to avoid using the exact wording, but yeah, that's it.
that's the new
um,
the new Let's Go Brandon with the right wings right now.
Yeah, and it's a tired and old and bullshit attack. I mean, they've been making gays the butt of jokes and the punching bag for years. That didn't work because obviously gay marriage has been legalized pretty much everywhere. Thanks, Canada, you're awesome. And since that hasn't been working to use homophobia, now they're using transphobia as a means of trying to fight back against, I don't know, progress, moving the society of human beings forward. God, these people are idiots. But yeah, so he repeats this homophobic bullshit, and Blizzard does the right thing, albeit it took them 24 hours ish, so that could be attributed to they didn't see it right away. They had to run legal through it to see the best way of terminating contracts or whatever else. But after about 24 hours, Blizzard was like, "Yeah, see ya, dude. You're fucked off. You fucked around. You found out. Here's the door. Let it hit your ass on the way out." And I appreciate that. It's a rare win for Blizzard. God knows they need a win right now, and
Oh, God,
I
they need
think
about
they did the
12.
right thing. And I think they did the right thing quickly enough. They actually did it slightly faster than the Blue Jays. And that's a different story, but basically one of the Blue Jays pitchers decided to say something stupid. I think his was, I think I'm confusing. I think his was the one that was transphobic. Involved Pride Month and Pride parades. And
There's
they
so much
basically were
out there.
like,
It's hard to keep them all straight anymore.
yeah. So the Blue Jays re-signed him to the minor leagues and said, fuck off. And good on the Blue Jays.
Welcome to
So,
purgatory.
Yep. Shout out to the Blue Jays. Shout out to Blizzard for a rare win. You know, absolutely deserved. Because there is no room for this bullshit in today's world. If you are that full of hatred that you need to push people down in order to lift yourself up, go talk to a mental health support specialist because you are very angry. You need help.
On the
You-
note
This
of
is not
mental health
right.
support specialist, his buddy Tim the Tat Man also joined in
Oh god.
solidarity with his buddy who had his skin removed, and he wanted his own skin removed. And if this was RimWorld, Imee would oblige.
I would absolutely. The first thing I would do is give them involuntary vasectomies.
In
And
RimWorld,
that's something
in
I did.
RimWorld.
Yeah. So it's something I did tweet out earlier 2 weeks ago or last week that in RimWorld, if I get any colonist that's misogynist, immediately they get a forced vasectomy and they get their tongue removed.
By default.
And absolutely, because fuck you, I don't have time for this shit.
No, Lumi, I missed what you had said. What about Tim the Tat Man? I missed what you had
Tim the Tat Man, if you look at host chat, I copied Imee's retweet from, was it Jessica, which is like, that's a weird hill to stand on.
Oh
Listen,
yeah.
Yeah. So here, I'll read it off to you. He was just
I'm
like,
looking at it now.
Nick Merckx has been my friend for years. We went into our Call of Duty operations together. It feels wrong for me to have mine and him no longer have his. In support of my friend, please remove the Tim the Tat Man
Tim.
bundle. Well, don't get me wrong. Like the whole
Tim.
thread under Tim the Tat Man was all the bros going, "He's a real bro. That's how you show friendship," and so forth and so on.
No,
It's a
but
weird
Tim,
hill
you
to
got-
die on, guys.
You gotta read the room, Tim. You gotta read the room, dog. That sucks.
Well,
That's a stupid thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
everybody's got to choose a side, and he chose his, and I hope it doesn't. I just,
Yeah.
eh.
I mean, it is what it is. You can't.
It's
You
so
can't fix.
easy.
You can't fix stupid.
You can't fix stupid, yeah. And it's so easy to be respectful, welcoming, and loving of people. I don't understand why people live to hate. I don't get it, and I never will. Because how hard is it to look at someone and say, you know what? You might be different than me. I don't care. I still love you anyways because you're a human being, and I'm going to treat you with love and respect. How hard is that? And I fucking hate religion, but yet religion preaches that bullshit, and we'll just ignore that whole side tangent I could go off on for 2 hours.
I'll be
But-
right there with
Yeah,
you.
this is only an hour podcast, and we're
We only
30
got an
minutes
hour,
in.
so
we'll
can't do that.
we'll be passing
But
that ball back and forth real quick.
How hard is it to be respectful and loving and welcoming to people who are different than you? It's not fucking hard. Grow up, be an adult, and start. And you want accountability. You yell and scream that people have to behave a certain way. Eat your own fucking medicine. Anyways, it's a good thing Lumi commissioned some really angry barcode emotes because god damn, I'm going to be using them a lot.
Spamming that in chat all the time.
I'm so
Holy
glad you
shit.
like them. White
Anyways.
Womble, if you are listening, thank you so much.
Yes, I do love them. I love the Angie barcode
Mhm.
because holy fuck. Anyways, continuing on with the show, we have more to talk about.
Indeed. Well, Imee did bring up the Blizzard with a W for one of these
Yes.
conversations.
You got
However,
the W.
Let's
However-
go right to the L.
we got to
Turn
go
around
to the
here.
L.
Here's this L. Hold it to your chest.
L. Crit, are you familiar with the incident of Blizzard and their Q&A?
Oh, you mean the one where they're like, oh, we know what you guys want. You think you know what you want, but we know what you want. You don't want classic. It's like, don't you guys have cell phones? Blah 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 blah. You don't want Diablo 4. You want mobile games. And then the one guy's like, yeah, we want Diablo 4.
Not quite that one.
Oh.
Different one. Good story. Same idea.
Same idea. They had a dev Q&A, and they had questions from users and they
Oh.
were like, they had their live stream and whatnot, and they were doing their thing, and somebody did some background investigating, going like, these people don't exist, or were
They're
created
not
yesterday, or created today after they were called out.
Yeah,
They're
these submitted questions were so contrived, made up, and complete bullshit. It was just sad to read all of them. And as an example,
Here, I'll drop it in the chat so
this
people
this
can go
one
look for
person's like
themselves.
this
I remember.
this user named Emma Rockers. The cutscenes in D4 are gorgeous. How important was it to get these as high quality as they are in the game? I'm sorry, who the fuck talks like that other than QA people or people who have passed a question through legal?
I me.
You, yeah,
Clearly,
it's
it's a chat GPT response.
yeah, that's the worst part because how would I ask as a person? The cutscenes look awesome. Did you guys put it like how much effort did it take to put it into the game to make them look that awesome? I would use those kinds of words.
Or props to the people that were involved in creating this masterpiece. Like
Exactly. This Emma Rockers, the account had been created in February of 2010, was following one user and had one post previous back on February 14th, 2010 that said, "Hey, I love Justin Bieber," and I want to vomit for saying those words.
I know what we're clipping and using as a soundboard.
No,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
that's a fucking quote. It's not me. God damn it. But yeah, there was
Really loves Justin Bieber.
Ugh.
I mean, he
there
is
was
Canadian.
there was so many. Like there was another one that was thanks for putting couch co-op in the game. First off, what the fuck is couch co-op?
Oh, that's
Oh,
where
I
in the
imagine
same
this
room. Diablo 3 has
Yeah,
it. My wife and I
exactly.
do it.
But like, who says couch co-op?
My manager.
I imagine this makes development significantly harder. Why is it so important to include this in Diablo 4? I'm sorry, PR? Could you shut up and stop feeding questions for 5 seconds? This account joined May 2023, and then 1 hour before, I guess the QA was done, the account tweeted one thing that said D4/10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
There was a Redditor who said, "Will skill trees be further expanded with new branches/choices for existing abilities in future patches/seasons? I'd love skill clusters like the Necromancer's Curse cluster to have some extra oomph." Who the fuck uses oomph unless you're 50?
Yeah, especially if like it's a relative team and you're like, okay, what the fuck is going on here? How do you know so much?
Just to give context, we're talking about the same internet who a few years ago in a boat naming contest voted on Bodie McBoatface. So
Hey now, Bodie McBoatface is a really awesome ROV that is used on the what is it? RMS David Attenborough? Yeah, it's I gotta go look it up. But there's a ship, a scientific research vessel named after David Attenborough. They have an ROV. The ROV is named Bodie McBoatface because the boat was originally gonna be named that, and people couldn't wrap their heads around, you know, her Majesty's, scientific research vessel, Bodie McBoatface. That seems a little off, but
Well,
anyways,
there
I
was
digress.
also a mount in World of Warcraft called Cookie McWeak Sauce.
I remember that one.
Yeah, or at least that was what was it? It was like the test model of it.
Yeah, I vaguely I remember something about that, but I can't remember all of it. Yeah, so 4chan. So this is one of the rare W's for 4chan. They actually were the ones who
I have
came up
not
with
heard
Bodie
that phrase
McBoatface,
since 2000.
and they were the ones that pushed Bodie McBoatface. So one of the rare times I will say props to 4chan. But yes,
See, if I look at their rubber boot, all hail Vermin Supreme at this point.
yeah, it's the RSS Sir David Attenborough is the ship name, and Bodie McBoatface is the ROV. Sorry, it's an AUV, an autonomous underwater vehicle, not a remote operated vehicle.
Details.
I know.
Oh shit!
But
Diablo
if I
4
don't
does have
say
couch
that
co-op.
detail, some keyboard warrior is going to get in the comments like, actually, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we understand that. Calm down. Take a deep breath. Go touch grass.
Pushes
Roll
glasses
in it.
up on nose.
Guys, I have a problem.
What's that?
My
Uh-oh.
rum is broken.
Your
Uh-oh.
rum is broken.
Yeah, my glass is empty.
Oh,
Well, this
Well,
would be a
summon the Kraken.
Oh,
Yeah.
so this is a funny thing. Side note, Raina, you're gonna see how big these glasses are that I've been pouring.
probably gonna be
They're not small.
He likes big glass and he does not lie.
all right. So
Yeah, so that was that whole thing that we got horribly sidetracked on. They basically made up questions. They were, I think, they feel like they were fed by PR. They were passed by lawyers because all the wording and the sentence structure is not what I see on the internet, normally. It's what I see in official press releases, official statements, something official from a company. That's the kind of wording and verbiage and sentence structure they used. So when I started reading all these right away, these felt really made up and fed. And then, of course, Phil Tacular took all the effort, time and effort to actually look up every single user and basically found that Blizzard fed itself its own questions. So remember that W I just gave you, Blizzard? Nah, I'm taking that back. You can have this L.
so it's kind of like it kind of feels like it's something that Bobby Kotick or whatever his Kotick
Fuckface. Bobby Fuckface.
and what is it? Fran Townsend would probably be like, "Let's LARP as casual players." Yeah, how would they sound? Let me know how did the cinematic go? Blah 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 blah. It's just like it kind of feels like that. Like
Yeah.
let's joke our own ego a little bit, even though
Well,
we didn't do any of the work.
circle jerk
the
action.
good news is that Diablo 4 ended up actually being really good, and it has been really good
Yes.
aside from like some of the technical issues, but it's much better than previous titles in the past where we
Diablo immoral.
Breaking records and causing lag. Woo!
Yes.
And also breaking modems too.
I was gonna say it bricked yours.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's a whole issue on its own. But let's move on to the next topic. It is going to be, see, we got what? 2 left. We hit on 3 of them already. There's 2 more left. Let's go with Chainsaw Man porn parody apparently outsold the anime in Japan.
Time to get horny on Maine, boys and girls.
God damn it.
I'll take lead on this one.
If you want
I
to go
bet
for
you
it.
will. Do you want
Hey, I was the one tagged in it on the Discord, madam. You were. So
Hey, I didn't watch it. You did.
I have not. Because first of all, it's on Blu-ray. I don't own a Blu-ray player. I couldn't watch it if I wanted to. That's number one. Number two, my pirating days are over. Anyway,
Hung up his
yeah.
eye patch. He's replaced his peg leg. It's,
Yeah, the Chainsaw Man anime is, from what I've seen, it's a cult classic for a few good weebies out there, and it's not surprising that Rule 34 hit it fast. I didn't think it was going to hit it this fast though. Like a full this company though, from what I was reading, has already done live action versions of other anime like Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer, and am I allowed to say the title on here? Are we okay with that?
well, I think you can say dildos. You just can't show dildos or the
Okay,
use
cool.
of dildos. I don't know. It depends. I mean,
Well, you know what? You've already said the word, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. The anime is Chainsaw Man. The live action iteration is called Dildo Man. Apparently, it's faithful to the source material in the parody to where.
Wait. I gotta start. There's an anime called Dildo Man.
Yeah.
No. This is the adult parody version of the anime called Chainsaw Man.
Okay.
Right. Chainsaw Man is this guy that
it's live action too.
Yeah, that's what blows my mind. It's not an actual normal animation. It's full blown real peoples in a full blown thing. It sold 8,600 Blu-rays, which first of all, that's impressive in itself in 2023. Let's put that out there right now. And it makes the low sell version of the Blu-ray for Chainsaw Man actually makes season 2 for Chainsaw Man not look good. So the porn might actually kill the main source material at this point. I think the funniest part was somebody blasted it on Twitter saying I watched it and the other one is better. Don't watch it. 5 out of 10. You gotta have your reviewers. You gotta have them. But the fact that this thing came out and it did so much better than the source material, that doesn't happen often.
Well, so
At
not
all.
everybody likes chainsaws, but from what I read in this article on, was it Kotaku? All they did was, instead of having a chainsaw on his head and chainsaws for hands, replaced it with your battery operated or non-battery operated boyfriend, and do things.
No,
Yeah,
do
no.
not sing that song. I do not want to get a strike.
I don't know the song, but now I want to hear the
That
song.
was the song?
Yes.
There's a song.
Dresden Dolls.
The more you know.
Can you hum a few bars?
I'll link it, but
That's a new one for me.
there's a song called Coin Operated Boy,
Oh no.
and that's about
Song go burr. Awesome.
You learn something new every day.
listen. It's music. I'm not a pervert.
False. That is you're 100%.
You know what? It's okay if you're a pervert. We all have we're all perverts at some degree or another. Right?
Mhm.
So
Nothing to be ashamed of.
But yeah, so that it's interesting, and that's always been a thing, right? It doesn't really matter. There's always going to be Rule 34 of something. I'm pretty sure there's Rule 34 of the Rush Limbaugh show somewhere.
Oh no!
Oh,
Okay, hang on a sec. I gotta find this out.
No.
Oh wait, I
I'm
mean
gonna
just
hurt
ate
my
pizza.
brain.
That's right.
Okay, hang on a sec.
Oh yeah, he's looking.
How do you spell
for it.
Limbaugh? Limbaughh?
BAUGH or something like that.
Okay. Nobody here but us chickens.
Thank God for that.
Rush Limbaugh.
I was like, oh, right wing porn parodies. Let's go.
Nope.
Do it.
What I just quoted, if someone knows, they know. If they don't know, they don't know. That's
Mhm.
fine. Oh my God! Ew!
Uh-oh. He found it. He found it. Get the bleach. Get the bleach.
I need eye bleach. I need an adult.
Oh.
Ew.
He found it.
Speaking of ew, you know what's funny? You know how Discord actually changed their username policy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone who's listening right now, please do not go to this link, but someone actually set their username as lemonparty.org.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's their legit Discord.
Oh no.
Yeah, no,
What is
that site's for an advanced crowd, and we're not that advanced.
So, in order to prevent us from getting in trouble, I'm putting this in host chat, and it's
What are
only
you
clipped
putting?
a portion
What
of
are
it.
you doing?
I only
What are
clipped
you
a portion
doing?
of it. Only clipped a portion of it.
Does it have audio, or is it just
No, it's just an image, but it's very, very well
Oh
cropped image.
no.
For those of you in chat, these are the words you're going to hear and forever lose your brains. Rush Limbaugh, Meg Griffin, and Bill Clinton.
Yeah,
Oh.
Meg.
We're going to leave it at that.
tag team champions? All right.
I was trying to avoid that.
Uh,
I mean, there's also Eiffel Tower, but hey.
spit roast.
What? Anyways, continuing on. I'm going to go acquire some organs from people who are running away from me.
All right.
I thought you
Go
were going to
for
get your
it.
crack, and that's what I thought you were going to do.
So we're
Jesus
Anyway,
Christ,
moving
why did I
on.
look that up? Holy
Moving
fuck,
on.
My eyes hurt.
Yeah, no, I think the only thing we got left is talking
It's like-
about the creators of Valheim and actually putting out a statement on mods, and it's pretty succinct in exactly what it is that what it is they expect, right? Because I think while Valheim doesn't have a mod API, I don't think, and they're actually like doing some weird source hacking. But here is their statement, and I'll just read this out loud. It says, "Hello, Vikings. Lately, we've been getting a lot of questions regarding mods and what we as a company approve of. as you know what, I'm going to give you the TLDR as opposed to reading this whole fucking thing. They said, yeah, you can make mods, but we would like you to make mods available for free and completely for free, not to pay gate any of it. Any portion of it, like give some away for free, but paid benefits later. But they are okay with like doing a Patreon, like donation thing, like, hey, thanks for the mod, here's a tip, right?
That's how people got around making mods for Street Fighter Five. They would just have a Patreon open, they get their pet, and then they make a mod for people to use. So I get that. Like
Yep.
it's a very not as much gray, more of a morally weird issue to get people to pay for mods unless you're like revamping an old game to come back to life. Like I know they did that. I don't think it was paid, but that's how they brought Vampire the Masquerade back to modern day because that game there was no way to play on a modern day system, and they revamped it to where you can play it in almost 1080p. It's close.
Side note,
Um,
all of Vampire the Masquerade 2's pre-orders have been refunded. But go ahead.
no shit.
Yeah, it was in the news. I think I
Damn.
even,
I'm
yeah,
sad now. My night is ruined.
Wait, what?
I think they're selling off the IP. You'll have to dig through the news feed to find it. Just type in Vampire and something will come up. It'll either be
Because I was
Vampire
really looking
Survivors or
forward to
Vampire
that
the Masquerade.
sequel. Vampire. I'll have to look for it. I don't want to go
All
off.
right, now that I sit
You,
on a wild
I'm,
goose
hey
hunt.
guys, I want to
Uh,
see the vampire shit. Hey, I'm
So
gonna look.
there's been plenty of attempts, and we live in a world where it's monetize everything, if you can monetize it at all, right? Bethesda tried to do it with the paid Steam Workshop mods, or was it Steam Workshop? Yeah, but they were trying to give you the license to make money off your creations, which sounds great. But it also is great for them because just like licensing to play your game to work on a console for sale, it still puts money in their pocket. And I totally understand the idea that you need residual income to keep the lights on. But it's always been a big topic. I, for one, don't see a problem if the developer is all for, yeah, no, if you extend our game, just be sure that it is labeled as an unofficial mod and go for it. And there's plenty of Skyrim mods that actually do that. In fact, there's
It's
one.
always the tank engine or train engine.
Well, no, there's like one that like completely adds on a whole new land and
Mhm.
main quests and everything. It's very
With voice actors too. It was really well done.
yeah, no, like it was done really well. And you know, work like that, you know, like that's DLC quality stuff. But then again, you can't get Bethesda to do anything with it, so they have to issue it for free. But then again, with the conduit of like, hey, we put in this work, we would like to ask for $10 to $15 for this mod because it adds so much, and we spent a lot of money making it happen. You know, for the production quality, it really makes sense. At least that's the way I'm looking at it. Now, charging money just to charge money because money is good when it's not, I'm not too keen on.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
But
And
that's all
get him a little side Patreon tip, and we're good to go.
right. But the example I gave was also like a very extreme example of what
Mhm.
could happen. Most of the time, a mod is something as like press home key to allow everything on your map, and or you know, you remember the ability where you have to randomizer your pawns in RimWorld. Well, get this, you can now write your own, and that's great. It's quality of life improvements. It's all about quality of life improvements.
Imagine
But
if Raina had to pay for all of her mods for a while.
What do you mean?
does
Oof.
does Reina have mods for a while?
Yes, kind of.
Oh, the I know what you're talking about, like the WoW Classic. They're UI mods. They're not game mods.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, no,
I
like
found the article, by the way.
yeah, no, it's like an interface mod, so it's not necessarily like it's a bit out there.
I used to
Like
load my WoW with a whole bunch of mods for no reason because I was a dunce.
I changed my username, by the way.
you're no longer perversion.
Yeah, look on Discord.
Uh, it still says crit.
Says you're the man now, dog. Is my username.
Oh, you want me to look at? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure enough. Well, mine says Luminary Weekly, so
I know I probably should change it, but it's a funny website that it got me in trouble in the past, and I wouldn't. I'll let you know a little bit later, but don't look at the recently created one. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Well,
I know we're at the bottom of the hour, but you've really got me on a tangent with this vampire thing because
oh,
it's aggravating.
it
It's
is.
aggravating that these people that, well, first of all, 2020, a lot of shit went down. Of course, there's going to be a delay on a lot of stuff got delayed in 2020 because of COVID and all that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we talked about. I'll talk about this game till I'm blue in the face. The whole situation with Bendy and the Ink Machine. He teased a freaking sequel to his game in 2019 before everything went down, and he didn't release his game until earlier this year or end of last year during Halloween. And it was a phenomenal game because he got to work on it a lot longer. He didn't even have pre-orders. Why attack a creator who's trying to make this game as good as possible through thick and thin, through all these delays, and then demand refund to make it even harder for them to finish the project? We could, like, would you rather them rush it and we get something like Redline?
It's
No. Like,
because people don't understand the what goes into game dev. It's is a like especially for a solo dev, it is multidisciplinary, and what you can't do, you have to commission. Same thing I do for this podcast. Like that's really good. They don't understand that.
No, they don't. And I give credit where credit's due for the people who are making this game, because they could have easily just pulled a freaking multiverses and not give any money back if they were pulling their thing now. They could have easily done that, but no, they're still developing this game. This is a game that's been wanted since the late 1990s, early 2000s with the original game. Like, people have been dying for this game to be in production, and now it's actually in progress, and you're attack. Just what's about Rule Lumi?
You're welcome. So,
Huh? That's not my rule.
huh? I said you're welcome.
That's not my rule.
Oh, the rule. Oh, don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
There it is. Thank you.
There we go.
That's what I was fishing for. Sorry, I cast that line really long on that one. My bad.
That's fine.
I got the reference. Insert Captain America.
I
That's a
understood that
reference
reference.
I get.
All right. Well,
All right.
I think that pretty much covers everything.
Mhm.
It's pretty much a lot of the same. Homophobes suck.
True.
Yeah, they do. They're
Yeah,
fucking morons.
people make poor decisions. Be kind to your neighbor. Chainsaw Man has a porn parody. Blizzard is Blizzard, and mods are good. So, yeah.
I'm is a very fast searcher of porn.
Sometimes you just get to answer those burning questions and then regret every
Well, that's
life
because he was using
decision.
both hands.
What?
Damn.
God
I'm now
damn.
entering the fields of judgment, Diablo, and the sifting.
Oof. Big oofers, my dude.
Oh man.
Anyway,
Wow.
Cajun.
Just send it, why don't you?
we
Full send.
we
That thing got
are-
full send.
we
No
are
kidding. You're gonna need some ointment. I got burned hard. Jesus.
Oh man.
Damn,
We love this
son.
show.
Fuck.
Wait. I got the perfect one for it. Hang on. Where is it?
Big chungus.
Damn,
Big
son, where'd you
chungus.
find this?
There we
Yeah,
go.
that
Close
works.
enough. We're at the end of the podcast, Cajun. What are we doing this week?
I don't even know. Let's see. We got to finish the double rainbow challenge in Scarlet. I'm still 4 colors short of the pride flag color in shinies, so I got to finish that up as quickly as possible. Because Thursday I want to start this that challenge I showed you, the hardcore shiny challenge in Sword.
Mm-hmm.
I heard from the actual creator of the challenge, and he says you can just do it post game, because that's what he did. He had the shiny charm and did it post game. You just go from route to route hunting these Pokemon in order, and the other rules that are on there apply. Like, okay, good. I didn't want to have to start a whole new damn game with full odds again. No, I just didn't feel like doing that. So that's what I want to start on Thursday. Just depends on how quickly I can finish the second Pride Flag Shining Challenge on Scarlet. And then hopefully you and I continue on some Core Keeper because that game is too damn fun to be that good. Like it's just stupid. Like
It's
I'm aggravated it's that good.
yeah, and it's even early access too, so that makes it even more surprising. It's like, oh,
It's gonna be more fun to come, and I got to name
That's
and
what
pet a
she
cow.
said.
Yeah, yeah. I knew somebody was gonna
More
say it,
fun equals more good.
that's
and
right.
I got to name and pet a cow, and I was happy. I was happy.
Was its name Big Chungus?
No,
It was Betsy.
it was Betsy. I turned into Mama Nord real quick. Lumi was laughing.
Oh yeah, no, like you could hear him gushing to oh. Or was it
I
the
was like,
ooh?
ooh, woo, bad. When it comes to animals, even when it comes to digital ones, I have a soft spot for them. So I was like, you're coming home with me. Come.
Yeah,
I have food. Come with
he
me.
even made the classic mistake of accidentally attacking it, and it has this cutest like it falls to the
Dude,
ground animation,
I
and
smacked
it
that poor
makes you
cow in the
sad.
face, and I felt so bad. That's exactly what I was like. Like, here, you want food? Whack. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Want food and slaps the cow with it. There you go. Eat it, you cow. Anyway,
See,
so
this cow will do 6 bushels to the mile. What the fuck does that mean? I have no idea. Yeah, I guess that bonk is deserved.
There it is.
I was trying to find it.
all right, so we got
Onward to glory!
Wrong one.
Nope.
we've got Cajun's plans. What's going on with Imy this next week besides shit posting and murder
calling
and
out
mayhem?
bigots.
Yeah, calling out bigots. Gonna do a little bit more RimWorld. I did an experiment in it, just on complete dev mode, and it was kind of funny and horrible at the same time. But yeah, I've got a stable colony for the most part. I've just acquired a new recruit. Speaking of which, I need to go break the resistance of one of my other cult members. Employees. And yeah, just gonna build my base up, get my nuclear reactor up online, and build a defensive wall. And hopefully the xenomorphs won't come and murder me because I'm playing with the United States Colonial Marines mod, which gives me xenomorphs, and that's horrifying because they scream like they do in the actual movies. It's
Oh, Lord.
terrifying.
And
Yeah, that's what
scary.
I'm up to.
Awesome. What's the day crit doing?
The day
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that's
Welcome to the
amazing.
days. How's the sun look?
it looks like Crit's kind of a little bit crispy at the moment. Now it's like not used to my skin kind of flaking because I'm used to being in the sunlight or the moonlight most of the time. And I'm like, what is this fiery ball of light in the sky? What happens if I'm exposed to it for prolonged periods without any sunscreen? Ow. This isn't a blush. This burns.
It burns us.
So yeah, my friend was like, congratulations on becoming a daywalker.
Nice.
I'm still a
Nice.
vampire.
One of us.
Now-
One of us.
Now I know how it feels to be Colin from What We Do in the Shadows.
Vol.
That comes back very soon.
Oh, good. I can't wait. I actually love that show.
My friend told me that I think it's next month actually.
Yay.
We have to watch at least a couple episodes on post stream one night.
And you
We
did
ha-
see Puss in Boots though, right?
the newest one? No, I haven't
You
seen
need
it
to.
yet.
So good.
The guy that plays the dog in Puss in Boots is actually Guillermo.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, now I really have to go watch it.
Yeah, go watch it.
I think John Mulaney did a good job with. Was it Little Jack Horner? Who was it?
Well, the interesting thing is, if you remember in What We Do in the Shadows, you know how Guillermo was obsessed with Antonio Banderas?
Mhm.
Guess who's Puss in Boots?
Oh, Antonio, that's right. That is absolutely
Yeah,
correct.
so
That I knew.
So the fact that, it's like he was fanboying over Antonio Banderas, and he's actually starring in a movie with them, it's like it
Dreams come
comes
true,
full
baby.
circle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'll have to put that on my list to watch next week because Little Man's going to be gone for a week, so I'll have a lot of time on my hands. I'm excited.
I mean, we could probably just have a Discord watch party, I think, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Totally do
Yeah.
it. Rock it in the stage channel or in a regular channel. I don't care. But
Lumi, what are you doing this week?
whatever I can. Honestly, I'm waiting on what's going on with the Tea House Deathmatch. They're doing OC Fusion, and I'm looking forward to seeing who I'm going to get. But right now, everything is broken because
Uh-oh.
yeah. Well, I mean, it'll get done for sure, and the time limits aren't set in stone. I think we like extended out 2 weeks because Strongovan was actually sewing together plushies and whatnot of his OCs, so it was interesting. But yeah, no. So there's that. So whatever art I'm going to do, it won't be on stream because I don't want anybody to know who I'm going to get. However,
Fair.
I will be co-streaming on Tuesday and Thursday with the Nordic Cajun, where he will be shiny hunting, as he explained, and I will be doing something else. It could be Diablo, it could be shit talking. I have no idea, but we'll figure it out. Maybe Dredge. I need to finish Dredge.
It's always fun to listen to you play Dredge because it's like, I'm gonna go fishing. Oh my god, what the fuck is that?
Why
I
are the
love it.
tentacles going there? They don't belong there. Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Oh no.
Yeah, it is Bass Pro Cthulhu Edition. It is really good. Of course, Wednesday I will be doing Core Keeper with Cajun.
We're gonna put some electricity in our cave.
We're gonna do something.
We'll power it up.
So, but yeah, no, like that's pretty much it. I'm mostly live most weeks from 9:30 till about 11:30 to 12, depending on what's going on. Diablo 4 is going to be a big part of that. So there we go. That's the week for me. Other than that, keep an eye on Twitter, join the Discord, support the Trevor Project, and don't be a dick. Really.
Don't be a dick. That's correct. If everybody just spent a little bit of time not being a dick, this world would be such a better place.
That's right. So yeah, that's the podcast. That's the host. That's everything. So with that, chat. Just stick around. There will be a post show with some Diablo, and for everyone else watching, we'll see you in episode 36.
Hell yeah.